Today is June 18th, 2020, and the Bellagio has reopened its poker room with some different guidelines. Much more space in between the tables, that's a bonus, and six-handed. The tables will also have plexiglass on them, much like a bank teller window separating the players and the dealers, but still giving ample room to receive your cards and place bets with your chips. I figure, although this is a dangerous proposition, you guys want to see some live poker. I haven't brought you any live poker in over 3 months, so here's our best opportunity. 2-5, no limit is the game we'll be playing. $500 max buy-in. The goal is to get up to $1,500, a cool $1,000 profit within the next 2 hours. It's just after midnight, so it's officially the 19th, but we're going to do some work. Hopefully we get a lot of action at this 6 max table. Let's see what happens. $550 in my stack. We're five-handed. I'm under the gun with pocket fives, 2 black ones. I make it 15. Asian male, age 21 to 40 on my left, makes it 45. Folds back around to me. What's he repping? Aces? I don't think so, Tim. We're definitely going to be set mining for this price, so I put in the call. Flop comes jack, 6, deuce, 2 hearts. I check, and he bets $50. When this happens, there's one thing you want to consider, and that's if I do turn set mine, you want it to be clean. If the 5 of hearts hits, it's going to be an action killer. So I wish I had the 5 of hearts. Since I don't, I fold. And he shows pocket aces. Five-handed. I'm under the gun with 4-5 of diamonds, make it 15 to go. Button calls, big blind calls. Flop comes ace, queen, 5, rainbow. Now there's 2 schools of thought when this flop arrives. We do have range advantage. We have all the aces, queens, ace, queen, etc., ace, king. But, you know, they could have some of that too. Some worse aces, some queen X that they're not going to fold the 1 bet. So I think the best course of action here is to bet. Hopefully they all fold. If they don't, we can continue betting on deuces, 3s, 4s, and 5s. So I bet $20, guy on my right calls, and the other guy folds. The turn is a 3. This is one of the cards we're going to barrel. I bet $60, and he calls. If a deuce comes off on the river, that's going to be jackpot. He's never putting us on a straight. And if a 5 comes, he's never putting us on a 5. He probably thinks we have like ace king or ace jack or something at this point. I'm putting him on a ace jack, ace 10 type of hand anyways. So when the river brings a 10, that is not a good card. I don't think he has king jack that often, but he could have a lot of ace 10 and just aces that he is not going to fold to our 3rd barrel. So I eventually just check it over to him, and he bets $110. Clear value bet. These guys are not getting too out of line. All pretty ABC from the time I've spent playing cash games. Nothing too crazy. A lot of tight, solid play. And I fold. So we lost $100 there. With blinds at $2, $5, action folds around to me in the small blind. I am on a no walk policy either way, so we're playing. I make it 15 to go with jack 9 offsuit. Same Asian male puts in the call on my left, behind the plexiglass, of course. Flop comes Jack, Jack 6 Rainbow. Since we have the deck demolished, I don't think there's much merit in betting unless he has specifically a 6. By checking, we can induce bluffs. This is the player type that likes to bluff, so I check and he quickly bets $20. Love to see it. No reason to spring the trap yet. We just put in the call, repping a hand like ace high. The turn is a jack. Quads. Oh, baby, if he's got a 6, he might go for 3 streets of value. We check it and flow, and he bets $40. Still, don't think it's good to spring the trap. We're going to wait for that big river bet and keep bluffs in his range. Our hand's still going to look a lot like ace high. A stubborn ace high. I put in the call for $40. The river is a 7. Don't think he should assume I have many 7s in our range. If he has a 6, he's definitely going to value bet his boat. We check to him, and he quickly checks. I show the quads, and he shows 3-4 offsuit. So we played it great. That's all we can do. I lose a few small pots to get down to $420. So I give the dealer $100. He gives me a black chip, and I take $20 off the table. Max buy-in is $500. The very next hand, just in time, I look down at pocket aces. The weapons of mass destruction, the greatest hand ever created. American Airlines. We raise it up to 15. Our standard, small blind folds, and the big blind folds. We take it down. The very next hand, I pick up pocket aces. I can't believe it. They're getting tired of my shenanigans. I'm playing almost every hand. I make it 15 to go. Small blind calls, and the big blind, who I 3-bet earlier, makes it 70 to go. We're both 500 deep. Do we flat or do we put in a small 4-bet? That is the question. I think either play is fine. This time I elect to put in that 4-bet, make it look like I'm making a move. $170 to go. The old Live Pro 1 black chip on top move. Small blind folds, and the big blind tanks and folds. And we take it down. Pretty anticlimactic. I was very excited. My heart was beating. I already envisioned a $1,000 stack in front of me, but it wasn't to be. Not this time. Oh, look at that bluff. And I quickly rack up and leave on a high note. In for 600, out for 663. A profitable trip. Overall, I'd say the mask cutting off the supply of blood to my earlobes. This is due to the fact that I have a very large head and the mask doesn't fit properly. I may need to look for a hack because this is not sustainable. My ears are beet red and it hurts. Overall, 6-handed, 5-handed, 4-handed, awesome for action. You get to play a lot more hands, you get to get a lot more reads on your opponents, and in the end, that's what it comes down to. I wish more places were 6-handed without masks. Although masks are optional at Bellagio, maybe 50% of the people were wearing them. They were required for the floormen and the dealers. The plexiglass really took a lot of the human element out of it. A woman to my right was talking to me and I didn't even notice it, and she just kept tapping on the glass like I'm a bank teller before she asked for some change. Everything is muffled, you can't hear what people are saying, and any small talk is misinterpreted because you can't see half the people's faces. Not a very social environment. People want their fix, they came and got it. I don't see this being a sustainable business model for the poker rooms. Something's got to change. I'm not sure what. The vaccine, we'll find out. Until next time, this is Jeff Boski reporting from the Bellagio 2-5 no limit 6 max cash game. Stay safe out there, stay strong, and of course, stay hard.
We are all very fragile in this world. We have to know that when we die with some meaning and some purpose in this world. Stay hard.